So most people think that if they have a 2009 penny, it's probably not going to be worth a lot of money. Most of the time they're going to be right, but in this video, I'm going to go over some things that you really want to be keeping an eye out for when it comes to your 2009 pennies. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I go over all things coins and paper money, but let's just jump right into this video. So I just want you to imagine coming across a collection and it has a bunch of these coins in it. And these 2009 pennies typically are going to be worth a few dollars at most, but the real deal on these is you want to be looking at the condition and if it's worth sending them off to get graded. Getting them graded is where the money is really going to shine. You have to weigh out your options and realize that getting your coins graded costs money and time. The better the condition your coin is, the more money it's going to be worth. Some of these coins are proof coins like this one, and a proof coin is essentially, if you look at the backdrop of the coin, there's going to be a mirror finish to it. You're going to almost see your reflection in the coin. Proof coins were minted at a lower quantity than normal coins. They're mainly meant for collectors, so you're going to find these mainly in collections. But if they're in really good condition, for example, this one graded as a proof 70 by PCGS, and this one is in remembrance of the early childhood of Lincoln, as you see on the label there on the holder. So someone might have come across this collection of coins and they said, hey, this one is worth getting graded. This one is in really nice condition. Or they may have sent it off. They might have found someone who knew what the coin was worth. Whether that was going to a coin shop or contacting someone online, the reality is if you have 3 people and they all tell you that the coin is not worth too much money, they're probably telling you the truth. The last thing I really want to happen for you guys is to get scammed. And that does happen quite often. I hear stories all the time of people going to pawn shops and them getting extremely lowballed. I've only met a few good pawn shops, but the large majority of them just want to rip people off. Either that or they just don't know what the true value is, so they have to give a low ball offer. That way they can make money and survive as a business. I get that. You want to find people that will give you a fair market value of the coin and realize that these companies still need to make a little bit of money themselves. But if they're paying you, for example, $20 for a coin and they go off and sell it for $200, that is a complete ripoff. A reasonable value would be for them to make anywhere from 10 to 20%. But back to this coin here. So someone saw this coin and they sent it in, got it graded, they paid the $15 or so it costs to get graded, and it may have taken them months before they saw their coin, but they were able to sell it for $164. Here's a 2009 D penny. This is Lincoln in the formative years, as you see on the back of the coin there. This one was graded as a mint state 67 red. Now, collectors do collect certain types of colors. As you see on the label there, it says RD. That RD stands for red. Sometimes these coins will get designated as red, red-brown, or brown. There's collectors that specifically go after certain colors. But long story short, if this coin was to grade a little bit higher, it would have sold for more, but it sold for $312. Same thing here. This one has a fancy label on it, and this is also a proof coin. It graded at the perfect grade and it sold for $488. Here's another one, 2009 D, graded by PCGS, a mint state 67 red. Lincoln in his formative years, and this one sold in 2015 for $1,880. If this same coin was to sell today, it would undoubtedly bring more money because right now we are in a higher market than we were in 2015 for the most part, depending on which type of industry we're talking about for coins. There are certain coin categories that do better than others, and also realize there are times when certain bidders will bid against each other in a bidding war, and that will result in high values of certain coins like this one that sold for $1,880 increasing in value. So this is Lincoln in his professional years. As you see on the back of the coin, this is a 2009 Lincoln penny graded by PCGS, a mint state 68 red. That's only 2 points away from the perfect grade of 70, and this one sold for $1,938. A lot of these coin grading companies will add specific nice labels to the coin. As you see on this one, there is another fancy label. Collectors like having certain types of fancy labels in their collections because it may increase the value of the overall collectible in itself. So this is a 2009 D. That D mint mark there stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was minted. Typically, if you have an S mint mark on your coin standing for the San Francisco, that means it was a proof coin for the most part. That's not always going to be the case, but generally speaking, San Francisco does produce more proof coins than any other mint. Lastly, if your coin does not have any mint mark on it or a P mint mark, that stands for the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint generally mints the most number of coins, and those coins are almost always going to be worth less money, but there are definitely a lot of instances where the Philadelphia minted coins will produce more money than the San Francisco and Denver Mint. environment, but this coin right here sold for $2,040. That's right, $2,040. All right, so here's a massive coin. This is a 2009 D 1 cent Lincoln Presidency coin graded by PCGS Mint State 68 red. This one also has a lustrous tone to it. This sort of toning will increase the value of the coin. Toning may seem subtle, but essentially what toning is considering where the coin was stored, the oxygen in the air will oxidize with the metals in the coin, and that will make the coin turn a certain color. There are some shady people out there that will try to manipulate and tone the coin artificially, and that's going to be a huge red flag for these grading companies like PCGS and NGC, and they are professionals. They're going to be able to tell that these coins were manipulated, and they are going to get a negative grade, and that will decrease the value. So if you're thinking about manipulating the coin and trying to tone it yourself, I would highly advise against that. Keep the coin in its natural state. Do not alter the coin, because this coin right here sold for $4,700. Hit that subscribe button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you in the next video.